In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to prepare your Webflow structure to seamlessly integrate data from an API. First, we'll start by creating the foundational elements needed in your Webflow designer. This begins with adding a div element. Think of this div as a container dedicated to holding your API data. It's crucial to organize your elements efficiently, and assigning a unique ID to your container element is an excellent way to accomplish this. For instance, you might want to call it API Data Container. This ID is essential as it will help you target this container with JavaScript later on, making sure the data lands exactly where you want it to. Next, it's time to design a template for displaying each piece of the API data. Imagine this as a small card for each item, which could include an image, a heading, and a paragraph. It presents the data in a comprehensible and visually appealing way. To keep your page neat, use a CSS class to set this template element's display style to none initially. By doing so, this template won't clutter the page before your API data is loaded. Now, let's move into the next phase by accessing the custom code section in Webflow. Head over to your Webflow page settings. As you scroll down, you'll find the custom code section. Within this, look for the before tag field. This is the dedicated space where you'll be adding your JavaScript code to interact with the API. When it comes to writing the JavaScript code, we'll start by enclosing all of it within script tags. This will ensure your code is read correctly by the browser. First up is defining your API URL. It's the endpoint where your desired data resides. You'll store this URL in a variable. This step forms the bridge to your data source. Once the URL is set up, the next action is fetching that data. You have a couple of methods at your disposal. You could use fetch, which is the modern approach, or opt for the more traditional XML/HTTP request. This will make a request to the URL we've defined, pulling the necessary data into our Webflow project. After fetching the data successfully, it's time to handle the response. Start by parsing the JSON response from the API. This means converting the data into a format you can work with, typically objects in JavaScript. As you parse, it's vital to check for successful status codes, such as a 200 OK response. This status lets you know that the API call was successful, and data is ready for further processing. By following these steps, you're well on your way to streamlining the integration of API data into your Webflow site. Thanks for joining me today, and stay tuned for more tips on optimizing your Webflow projects.